Okay, so looks like someone's been doing a little pre-tournament research for the 2025 NCAA Men's Basketball Final Four.
Hmm.
And it seems like a possible Alabama-Duke matchup has got you really thinking.
Could be a good one.
Yeah, I mean, we've got your search history right here, and it's basically a deep dive into everything Crimson Tide and Blue Devils.
Okay.
Our mission today is to unpack what makes this hypothetical game so interesting to you.
All right. Sounds good.
So first off, what really jumps out from your searches is the amount of attention on this Alabama versus Duke scenario.
Right.
You've got searches for Duke, Alabama, Alabama, Duke, all sorts of variations.
Yeah. That definitely shows a lot of anticipation for that specific matchup.
For sure.
Yeah.
And when you dig deeper into the Duke searches, it goes beyond just general terms like Duke basketball.
Right.
You're looking at specific players with searches like Duke basketball roster 2025, Cooper Flagg, Con Nopal, Kaman Maloak, even Proctor Duke.
Wow. You're really trying to figure out who might be on the court.
Well, yeah, I mean, someone like Cooper Flagg with all the hype around him could be a real difference maker.
Yeah, he could be huge.
And you're not just focused on the players.
Oh.
There are searches for Duke coach, John Sayer, even Coach K pops up a few times.
Interesting.
Yeah, even though Coach K isn't coaching anymore, that legacy is still a big part of Duke basketball, right?
Oh, absolutely. Those standards he set, they definitely still matter when you're thinking about Duke.
Now, switching over to Alabama, the level of interest there is just as strong.
Okay.
We've got searches for Alabama basketball schedule, Alabama score, Alabama basketball score.
So you're really following your progress.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, I want to see how they're doing leading up to the tournament.
Makes sense.
Plus, there's a search for the player Caleb Foster,
Hmm.
which is similar to how you're looking at Duke's potential lineup.
Yeah. Trying to see who the key players are.
Exactly. And it's good to see you're being specific with Alabama basketball,
Why?
so we don't get it mixed up with Alabama football.
Oh, right.
Now, let's get down to the nitty-gritty here. You're definitely thinking about game day. We see searches like where to watch Duke Blue Devils men's basketball versus Alabama, Crimson Tide men's basketball, and even what channel is the Duke game on today? What channel is Duke on tonight?
You don't want to miss it.
Of course not. Now, the big question is the score.
Right.
Your search history is full of that Duke score, Alabama Duke score, who won Duke or Alabama. Even some searches for predictions like Alabama versus Duke predictions.
Yeah. Trying to get an idea of how the game might play out, even though it's all just speculation at this point.
That's part of the fun, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The uncertainty is what makes it so exciting.
Totally. And taking a step back, we see searches for Final Four, NCAA Final Four, even most Final Four appearances.
So you're placing this matchup within the bigger picture of the NCAA tournament.
Yeah, and keeping an eye on the present, too, with searches like NCAA scores yesterday.
You're really plugged into the whole tournament.
Trying to be. So overall, what we're seeing is a ton of interest in this potential Alabama-Duke Final Four game.
Yeah, you're digging deep into the teams, the players, how to watch, and the possible outcome.
All driven by that anticipation of a huge tournament game.
For sure.
So given all this research, what do you think would be the biggest storyline if Alabama and Duke actually faced off in the Final Four in 2025?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Something to ponder as we see how the season unfolds.
I'll have to think about that.
Yeah, me too.